to try this outside for just a minute, and I want to show you. I don't think I can do it in this reflection. Let me look. The airport is had this kind of planned out, but it's not really going to work. Let's see. The airport is right. Let's see. It's right there. Wow. Oh, it says very bad connection. I might not be able to film out here anyway. But the point to my video is the airport is right here on my horizon, right? Let me take you inside so we can talk. And I'll be waiting for some people to show up. Okay. You guys coming in? Come on. Alright. We've got one person. Hi, whoever you are. What I want to talk about is, okay, where I'm at, where I just showed you is my view of, hey, no, it's not playtime, you guys. Uh-oh. No, we're busy right now. Not time. Okay. I might have to put him in his house. Do you want to go in your house? Because you got to be quiet. Let me show you this real quick. I did this, which is the math for the airport that's off of my good morning tuxedo mask. And I hope you're having a lovely day too. I'm going to try and read the comments for you, because when you watch the video of it later, you can't, I'm not real good at this, so bear with me. So I think it's real confusing to a lot of us because we're all spinning crazy on the globe, right? With confusion. When you come up with an equation or a formula like 8 inches per mile squared, I think people have, not that they have a rough time with it, it's just a simple equation for the curvature of the earth with how many miles they tell us the earth is around and blah, 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 right? I mean, we have good, smart, educated people in the flat earth community that have worked that out and put it together. I don't know who put that together, actually. And, but, so you do this formula. Say, I'm 10 miles from that airport, right? Tell me if I'm doing this wrong or right, because I don't really know. I'm not a mathematician. I'm not a quote-unquote scientist. I like to say I'm a backyard scientist. But words like scientist and liantist come out instead of scientist, so I'm really not that either. So anyway, back to this. Okay, so we take 8 times 10, the 10 miles that it is to the airport, and that's 80. And then square it, which squared means take it times itself, right? And 80 times 80 is 6,400 inches. This is 8 inches, right? And then if we divide these inches by 12, we can see how many feet. So, according to the 8 inches per mile, oh, I got a bad connection. Dang it. Okay, that's a little better maybe. According to, let's see, the formula then, that airport should be hidden by 533 feet of curvature, meaning our Earth, as a planet, the way that we are taught, I should not see that airport at my eye level off of my balcony. I'm 5 stories high, so Google says it's approximately 10 feet per floor if you wanted to measure. So I'm up about 50 feet up, right? And I can see the airport right there. And what I'm saying is that wouldn't happen on a round ball. And people say, well, we're so small, though. We wouldn't be able to see that. Well, that thought right there, I think, in my personal experience, is that's kind of a program taught thought. I don't think we're as small as we think we are, but we are very small and the same, right? If we are, I don't think the measurements of the planet are wrong. Hi, Margaret. Your name just faded. You know, oh, hi, Libra Legend again. Good. I'm glad to see you guys back. If you're coming back, that's awesome. What do you guys think of that 8 inches per mile squared formula? It makes sense to me. And I've seen on, if you Google it and see what other people are writing, not necessarily posting clips about, but someone's saying it's wrong, or calling what I would like to invite you guys to do is get up high. If you're in a city, get up high in a building, like, make some pretty tall buildings, and look out as far as you can to see what you can see as far as you can see it. And then go home and do the math. Measure what you can see on your horizon as far as your horizon goes, right? And then just go home, and that math is simple, right? I mean, I think it's pretty simple. 8 inches per mile. So let's say you get up on a hillside, or you get in a building and you see something that is 5 miles away even. You could do it, you could do the math on 5 miles. And we can show ourselves with that formula, I think it's pretty simple. But I get into discussions with people about why exhaust your time and energy on flat Earth. And I believe that it is all about integrity and honesty. And what I experience from the flat Earth community is nothing but that. For the most part, of course. We have people of all walks of life, right? On this plane, And so we're all going to look different, and we're going to have judgments about each other. And it's all, I have this weird I have this analogy in my head about it, like the globe is this merry-go-round, and the merry-go-round is going really fast. It's going 1,000 miles an hour, right? And some of us have been able to hop off the merry-go-round and stop, and we're off it, and we're looking at it, and we're like, oh my gosh, those guys are spinning out of control on that merry-go-round. not as a judgment. It's because we just got off the ride for a minute, right? And in order to do daily life on earth, we have to jump back on the merry-go-round and be there where there's clocks and there's calendars and there's people doing jobs that aren't real or aren't in integrity, possibly, right? But then we can jump off the merry-go-round and we're like, hey, whoa, look over there. I see Patricia. She jumped off too. And there is Antonio. And there is Eric DeBay. Or, I can, Dredd. I love Dredd. I think he's amazing. And, and go on and on. I can name all of you. We step on and off of that merry-go-round and we get a glimpse not only of each other, but a glimpse of the flat earth, that the merry-go-round is a ride on because it's hard to step on a spinning 1,000-mile-hour concept, right? And you hear flat earthers say things like, I don't feel myself spin. And in our global thinking, we think that sounds ludicrous. Of course you can't feel yourself spin. When you're on the merry-go-round in the middle of, on that ride, you don't feel like you're spinning. You can look at the world go by around you, right? And you realize you're spinning, but you don't really feel it, right? I don't know where I'm going with that. I'm sorry, guys. I got off on a little ride there. I'm going to read Tuxedo Mask. I see the sun inside Earth I seen the sun inside Earth when I was flying on plane. As crazy as it sounds, we weren't over any water, just land, and I saw this orange ball. I believe the sun is closer than we think. I believe you. I believe that too. It almost hurts our brains, you guys, to think of the reality. Meaning, oh, it is. It makes us hurt to think that the sun and the moon are closer than we think. That they travel by us. It's not us spinning and they're out there and we're all spinning. And to give up those thoughts is almost painful. Don't you think? I think it is. When I've wanted and attempted to talk to people, I say that. I say, oh my gosh, I know, it hurts. It hurts to even try and think of, doesn't it? Why is that? I wonder. Margaret Walter, I researched the Antarctic term. I'm getting better, but I'm not real good at it yet, guys. And I want to get good while I'm... Hi, Diana! Yay, you made it! Girl, you have made me cry. I don't mean this like it's... YouTube's a little wild, and Diana has come in there from time to time over, I think the last year, I don't know how long, but giving me such words of encouragement. I am partially here today, Diana, because of you. I really am. I gotta tell you a story about my grandson Calvin that I've been trying to tell you for days and I keep forgetting to do it. He called me up one day, and I don't get a lot of calls, and I have actually never gotten one like this. And he says to me, Grandma, I noticed that you haven't posted a video for 2 months. I really, seriously, guys, I've never gotten a call like that. I don't have that kind of fans. My family, I have a big, big, big family, but they don't call and comment on my videos, and I don't look to them for feedback. I just let it go. I just leave it, you know. And I think he knew without knowing why. And I said, well, I'm in such a camera. He says, well, do you have any cameras you're not using right now? And I said, well, I have a couple that are not in use, but it's because they're non-functional. Functional. And he says, well, you know, whatever camera you did your last video on is better than any camera you've ever used. I said, Calvin, that's my phone. So, wow, Calvin, thank you. It eased up this. I can't post without the quality of my Nikon or my Sony, you know? And I want to thank Calvin for that, and I want to thank you, Anita, or Diana. I don't know why I keep calling you Anita in my head. You guys are amazing. I YouTube is one of the big, big guns, I say, that's been part of the success in my own personal battle, right? And I've been working on a clip in my head about the 21 guns. The 21 guns that have worked for me in my battle. I mean, and seriously, it's a whole team effort in this temple to get that battle won. You know, I don't think there's real winning. There's just living. And so I started out with this 8 inches per mile topic, and there are so many topics that Flat Earth opens down that long hall of discovery and opening. It's really fun, you guys. I love that, the passion in it. And what you might notice or possibly be turned off by watching Flat Earth things is people's excitement and passion about it. Because once you get your eyes open and you see that, it's not just seeing the flat plane, it's about knowing in your heart that all those things that didn't resonate with you when you were being taught, it wasn't because you were nuts, you know? It wasn't because you were the black sheep in the family. It wasn't because you were anything but real. Anything but maybe right, you know? You know, we feel these things. We feel when something is right or wrong. We can tell when someone is not telling us the real truth that's in their heart. You know? A lot of actors are really good actors because they make that role true to them in their heart in the moment that they're being filmed. And I wonder if that's not good sometimes. I mean, I've wondered for a long time if that's not good to ask people for our entertainment. We want people to take roles and become a person that might be experiencing something that's horrible. You know, I mean, I know we have actors that have actually. I think about Jim Carrey. Have you seen this? His movie with, oh no, his name, you know, Joey. Oh, hi, Joey. Joey, yeah. Hi. God, I'm really great to see you guys. Uh, that live chat's kind of distracting, isn't it? It's good and I love it. But I can't I'm easily derailed apparently. Margaret. Margaret, yes, it's a stage. Margaret Walter said it's a stage. See, I'm going to try and read the comments and the names. But is that good? I mean, I go in people's chats. I've gotten a lot of, I think I've been a nuisance in chat before. Just, I'm going to read Diana's. It is nice to be able to know the truth about the world, but it's been hard. I too, and I'm the black sheep too, right? I think most flat earthers have been the black sheep in the family. I'll bet. I could be wrong, but yeah, because we think differently. We look outside the box. We step off the merry-go-round and look at, wow, we're in an amusement park. The land is infinite, you know, like that. We're an odd bunch, but we're also just like everyone else in the same, you know what I mean? We're all an odd bunch. Oh, I was thinking about the puzzle this morning. For years on YouTube, I refer to my thoughts about the puzzle. We're all the puzzle of what would it be? Life. Even before Flat Earth, I would talk about the puzzle and how it's multi-dimensional. So there's 7 billion, 8 billion pieces, right? And every piece looks different. It's multi-dimensional. It's abstract. It's different than anything we've ever seen. But we all have a piece. This is, my thoughts. And it's not like, I love the flat earth thinking because it's not like, oh, I got the piece, I got the missing piece. No, there's no missing pieces. We're all a piece of this puzzle and it all makes sense at some level, right? And so that gives us a kind of a universal compassion for absolutely every kind of person there is. They've got a piece to the puzzle and it's up to us to look at it, maybe, or not. Doesn't really matter, right? They're gonna fit in somewhere. They're not the missing piece, and there's no missing piece, right? I mean, it all fits together. Man, I'm getting a little way out on philosophical branch. Thanks. Margaret, I've been called some worse names. Flat Earth, yeah. My dogs have been good last few days. Have you noticed they aren't? Alpha is usually what likes to wrestle and play all the time. I haven't been to the hangouts, Joey, lately, and I haven't seen you for a long time. I've been doing an intermittent kind of internet fast to see if possibly the internet, just being on the screen is draining energy or making illness be more. Gosh, do I say a lot? Sorry about that. Let's see. Diana, that's a good way of putting it. The pieces that we all have fit, I've had this, it's not an obsession, but a desire to take my mom to the soup kitchen and have her, to me, that would be a bucket list thing. If I was her, I would want to go and eat with the homeless people. I love doing it. And if my daughter loved doing that, I would love to go with her, right? Well, it's not really something everybody wants to do. I've had very few people take me up on that offer. So, but there's something about it. Just looking and living and being where there's nothing that day but survival through the day, you know? Yeah, we don't want to get addicted to that feeling, but internet fast is hard. I mean, look at this. I'm getting my fix right now talking to you guys. And I feel after, well, it's been 2 months. Like I said, Calvin noticed that I hadn't posted for 2 months. Not that I was that regular about it anyway, but I would have to say that I think it has a little, you know what? It really doesn't matter what I think, because I think opinions are kind of like buttholes, you know. We don't want to smell each other's. We don't want to even get around each other. It's just a personal thing. Opinions maybe should be kept like that. I don't know why my voice is kind of getting hoarse today, but I like totally derailed. I was talking about opinions. Come on, guys, help me out. We have 3 people watching, and it doesn't mean only 3. That's good. You know, maybe I should cut this short and get my camera outside. I want to take you places, and talk to other people. Oh, I know, that's why I was talking about bucket list, the soup kitchen. I've had the most fascinating conversations that I cannot find anywhere else at the soup kitchen. And I would love to show someone. It's not like you can go there and have that, though. Because if you try to have it, it doesn't work. People get offended that you're getting in their space, right? I think all food should be free, and we should all be eating together, and we should be milking our elders for their wisdom. But really, the way we live today, none of that really happens. Anyway, I'm getting a little bored with myself. How about you guys? I have topics galore, and I want to share them, of course, but they're all deep, and I swear I could talk for at least an hour. They're open-minded at the soup kitchen, is Diana. Yeah, because they've learned the real meaning of life, that it's not really money. Maybe that's it, I don't know. I've had a few different experiences. One time, I saw a bag laying on the middle of the table as we're eating. I thought, oh, there was free bread over here, so I was going to grab this sack and go get some bread. I thought that somebody had laid the sacks in the middle of the table. Yeah. Wow, I just picked one up, and this guy that was his purse. Or, it was just an empty sack, a plastic sack, And he was in my face. He was so offended that you don't just steal, somebody's belongings. And oh wow, it was. So you can run into some challenging things, but really, that's the spice, It's kind of like, but then I can't remember any of them to tell you, but I have gotten into the most fascinating conversations. in the soup kitchen. And I want to take you guys in there. I've daydreamed about that a lot. I could just set my phone. You know that you don't want to. I don't want to film people that don't want to be filmed. I'm not the kind of YouTuber that goes out to get juicy stuff, making people victims of my videos, and I don't. So, real, very, very, probably overly sensitive about getting anybody on my channel because my channel is so controversial. Water should be free too, right on, Tuxedo Mask. Holy moly. Hey, do you guys realize how much we pay for water? We do here in America anyway, in Colorado. I mean, it runs down off the mountain for free. I see it. It comes to, you know? Why do we have to pay for it? For them to clean it and add stuff like fluoride? And what, because we're afraid of wildlife pee? I've heard people say that. Well, the wildlife pee in the creeks and the yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be. We should be peeing in it too. I always I like to laugh at the pool when they put chlorine in the pool because people pee in there, and I say, we really need a sign by the pool that says, "Thank you for peeing in the pool." No, people don't understand that thinking. No. This is refilled. I like the bottle. It's kind of cool. It says Life Water. And no, it's not living water. I refer to living water, that which I recycle and re-ingest, and it becomes living water when you do it for more than a day or two, you know. It doesn't take long. 3 days and you've got a whole new substance. But 5 Artes Liberalis. I like your name. I got a topic I was going to fix my hair in a Voynich inspired hairstyle. Have you guys ever heard of this, the Voynich manuscript? It's a book that they found. Oh my gosh, I used to know this all by, I just haven't looked at it for a while. It's a book that was found, I think, in England, and they have the original at the Smithsonian, I believe. But I told you guys a while back that I would show you flat Earth in this book. I think I even promised, which I haven't done yet, and I think it's been about a year. But yeah, this book is pretty amazing. It's all, I don't know if you can see, these pictures are pictures of the original book. Is really, really amazing. And it's all done in a language, can you see that? That is not, nobody's been able to decipher it or figure it out or translate it. But I'll get my camera down so I can flip through it and show you real soon. I am not saying that I can translate it or even tell you what it's about, but I would also like, and I'd also like to say, like, it shows us, like, some crazy things about time. One thing that's real interesting is males are rare in this book. I think I've found 2. They have things like rings and I put lots of people call them nymphs. If you read about it, they call them nymphs. They call these nymphs in pools. Well, the pools go from blue to green. And my thoughts are, speaking of peeing in the pool, right? My thoughts are, you have blue water, you pee in it, blue and yellow makes green. So that's why the pools in the Voynich manuscript, some are green and some are blue. Just a thought. Right, Diana, they were never able to figure out what that guy was trying to say in the book. I've got my thoughts on it, and then these could be way off. These are just thoughts, right? On the other side of the wall, where there's a whole lot of other civilizations, other lands, huge. You know, people say we're tiny. Yeah, I believe we're tiny. That little circle merry-go-round is tiny compared to the infinite plane. And on the outside of the ice wall we call the South Pole, there could be tons of other civilizations and other lands and other plants. This book is full of pictures of plants we have never ever seen. Roots that don't grow like roots on our vegetation, right? I'll show you that. I don't want to make promises. Joey, oh, she's writing to Joey. Never mind. It's interesting. I've watched live streams before and thought, wow, he just keeps talking and talking and talking. He's not even paying attention to what we're saying here in chat. I very much understand that now, because if you get going, you're talking. Well, I'm used to talking without your input, and it's just been amazing for me, but this is going to take adjustment to get used to having your input, right? We got 5 people listening. I'm sorry that I've been, not sorry. Yeah. So, I think I'm going to finish this up for today. I am still working on a Flat Earth Hangout location, venue. If any of you have any ideas that are from around here, that would be helpful. There's a small vegan restaurant that I was thinking of going to talk to them. It would be a nice kind of quiet place. What wouldn't happen is exposure. And I think with the gathering, we want to be exposed so people can come, whether they're flat or round or whatever. It doesn't matter. In fact, most people at gatherings are not like flat earther, right? So, what else do I have to tell you? Oh, another thing I would like to do is get up in another part of town, or like we have some parts in town that are high, kind of where you can see Pikes Peak, you can see way out east, you can see way out west, south. Well, you can't see way out west because you hit mountains, but to pick out another thing that is just like the airport for me here in my building and being able to see it, and it should be hidden by 533 feet of curvature, and it's right there at my eye level. What what we can do, I've been planning this in my head too, is taking you, depending on the quality of the live stream, go up and keep going up. Maybe up Pikes Peak. I don't know if it'd be able to stream up there, but, and let's look around from Pikes Peak and I'll show you mountains that are hundreds of miles away. Like I think I said it yesterday or the day before, the Twin Peaks are south of us and they're over 110 or 12, I think. Miles should be hidden by I can't remember the number, 7.4 miles of curvature. And you look east or west from Pikes Peak, you can see the collegiate peaks. Mount Princeton, Mount Yale, Mount Harvard. You see all those, and they're over 100 miles away from Pikes Peak. 14ers. So, see what I'm saying? Those with 100 miles away, you can do this math, and you should, they should be hidden by curvature, according to what we're taught in school about the earth as a curved ball, right? I think it's easy too, Diane. She says also it's easy to prove that we're not spinning at 1,000 miles an hour. I think I proved that to myself a long time ago. You know, if you've done any driving in America, remember that guy was interviewed. It was a big deal on Mark Sargent's channel. He was interviewed and he says, I know the earth's flat. I've driven and it's flat. It's also not spinning, right? Because it would be spinning. If it were spinning, we would be able to travel one trip shorter. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I drive from here to Iowa or here to New York, I'm in Colorado, the middle of America, New York, Los Angeles. If I drove from here to New York and it took me 24 hours and I stopped, turned around and came back, it would be 24 hours to get back. Same going the other way. I go from here to Los Angeles driving. It takes me 24 hours. I turn around and I come back and it's 24 hours. That, to me, shows we are not on a spinning ball. We're not spinning. We are motionless. Right? Do it for yourself. I did. The morning after I did so much flat earth research, I got on the internet and I went to ticket places and I looked at how much it would be to book a ticket from Australia to me, where I'm at, Colorado. And then I booked it back the other way. And it's not exactly the same, but almost. And it would have to be drastically different if we're spinning and tilted. Right? Anyway, you guys try it. Get on there and go from Los Angeles to New York. And then book the same flight going back the other way. And they're exactly the same. Does that make sense? Anyway, thank you guys for joining me. It's been 44 minutes. I'll keep coming back every day because, like I said, I want to get used to it so I can take you guys out and about. I'm thinking, talking is one ball juggling. Talking and watching the chat and having you there is two balls. And then if I were to have another person walk up and talk to me, and watch the chat and get you involved. And see, that's what I want. That's what we can do, right? I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Thank you again for coming. It was great you made it, Diana. Margaret, good to see you. Libra Legend, I'll keep up my live stream videos. We're worth it. The human race is worth it, you guys. We not worth watching me for an hour babble on and on. I'm not saying that. I'm saying working at it. We're working at it. And I love you guys. Have a great day.